Lions TV, sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lift Consultants Limited, a company owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every other one of our sponsors on the back balls behind me. If you're going to do a bit of business, then please keep it in the Millwall family and check out all of their website links in the description below. Now, this is your Sunday weekly roundup show. It's a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about yesterday's defeat at Swansea. We're going to talk about Tuesday's game against Sheffield Wednesday. And we're also going to talk a little bit about a few comments we got on YouTube yesterday to do with the manager, to do with signings or lack of them. So we'll talk a little bit about everything. We'll try and cram it in to a short space of time. Let's start out with yesterday's defeat against Swansea and the 11 that started the match. So as you can all see now on the screen, it was unchanged from the team that drew 0-0 at Rotherham. I won't bore you with naming each individual player, but it was unchanged for the second game in a row. And for the second game in a row, it wasn't the result or the performance that we wanted. I should apologise just quickly. I put some videos out yesterday. Me and Mini-Me managed to stream the game online, and we was doing a little bit of a commentary while it was on, and it didn't really work. My Wi-Fi shocking, and Sky will be getting a call about that tomorrow morning. So just thought I'd mention that quickly. But I did watch the game. I watched pretty much all of it. I lost about 10 minutes in the first half where not really a lot happened, I don't think. But it just seemed to me yesterday, and I go back to this quite a lot, I refer to it often, when we played Man United in the cup final, and we just, we knew we couldn't win the game. We were just trying to contain them for as long as possible. And that's the feeling I got yesterday. We seemed happy with, we know they're going to score at some point. Let's try and contain them for as long as we can. And they didn't threaten us a great deal. They had one good attempt. Jordan Archer makes a great save from a free kick, tips it over the bar, as Archer does. Saves ones he shouldn't be saving, lets in ones he should. But take nothing away from him. Great save from the free kick. Then, so we got through it a few times. A few balls that Lee Gregory couldn't get on the end of. I'll get into that shortly, why I think that could be as well. And eventually, Swansea get a breakthrough. Worst possible time to concede a goal is right on half time. And it's a spawny, lucky. A shot comes in, it gets blocked. Sean Hutchinson goes for the ball again, and the left foot shot it sort of hits him, hits the ground, and it gives it pace, it gives it legs. It moves away from Archer into the top corner. Nothing he could do about it. We go in at half time, 1-0 down. Now we come out for the second half, and again I'll go back to and refer to it. When people say that Harris can't motivate the players, he shouldn't have to keep waiting for the players to go a goal down to have to motivate them, in my opinion. We should be, I don't think he's changed the game plan at half time at all. I think that, he said before the match what he's had to say at half time, and he's managed to rile them up at half time. Now we've come out the second half, we've had a good go, we've got balls into good areas, we've got balls wide. I like Fergie at left back, he was getting on the overlap and he worked well with Marshall, and going forward I'd stick with that. But then for me the problem was this. I can understand why Neil Harris brought on Steve Morrison, because we're 1-0 down and we're chasing the game. Personally, I'd have brought on Aidan O'Brien, because as much as I love Morrie, he doesn't do a great deal on the pitch anymore. I don't think Aidan O'Brien does a great deal. What Aidan O'Brien does do is he scores goals. And I think he could have been the one to bring on a stick up front with Gregory. That's fine. Bring another striker on. That's what we needed to do. We had 5 in midfield and we're chasing the game with 1-0 down. It's completely understandable and acceptable to bring on another striker. But if you're going to bring another striker on, continue to play the way we're playing. Keep getting the balls wide. Keep getting the full-backs on the overlap and keep slinging balls into the box. We just stopped doing it. And you've got Archer, you've got Cooper, and you've got anyone who can get their feet on the ball, pumping 70 yards balls to Morrison. Now, 2 reasons it's not going to work. One, it's not fair on Morrison because he's not capable of winning those headers anymore, and he didn't win. I don't think he won one. We're just losing the ball and giving possession back to Swansea, and it just kills the game. So that was the first reason. The second reason is, it can't be solely reliant on that long ball. And if what we've been doing is working, why change it? Don't change what we're doing. Just put another striker on and keep doing what we're doing. But we lost the game. It was frustrating again. It's another game away from home where we haven't managed to score. So I said a minute ago that I was going to come back to why I think that Gregory can't get on to the end of chances. When we haven't got the ball, it's a 4-5-1 and we're defending. When we've got the ball, it's a 4-3-3. And we're not high enough in that 4-3-3. Gregory's too isolated. Marshall and Jed are not high enough up the pitch, and they're not close enough to Gregory. I think they need to come in a bit more. On top of that, we've got 3 central midfielders. We've got Ryan Leonard, we've got Sean Williams, and we've got Ben Thompson. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Ben Thompson left the club to go to Pompey, he wasn't an attacking central midfield player. He wasn't a 10. He was a holding midfield player. He was a ball winner, someone that broke the play up, got stuck in, won his tackles and give the ball to other players that could do maybe better things with it. But we've brought Ben Thompson back, and as much as I want him in the team, I think as much as he deserves his place in the team, Ben Thompson isn't the player to play him behind the forward. Absolutely no way. You want to have Ben Thompson in there crunching people, along with Sean Williams who can distribute the play, then I'd fuck Ryan Lennoff out of it because he's done nothing again yesterday. I think I could give him a run for his money in 100 metres. Maybe not, but he's fucking slow. Let's have it right. And I'd bring Jed in central. He's crying out for him. I've said it before, and I say it again. Tomo and Williams holding. Get Jed in, and instead of having him as a third midfielder, as a third central midfielder, which he is, tell him to play up, tell him to play. I tell you when he played there, when we lost 1-0 at home to, I think it's Birmingham, or 2-0 at home to Birmingham, and we went down to 10 men, and Jed just got given a free roll, and he caused havoc that day. He was superb. Stick Jed high as that central free. Tell him to get high, tell him to get up Gregory's arse, get him to get close to Gregory, and we'll create more chances. And then wide right, people won't like this, bring in Fred on your dimmer. You brought him back from the club. Fred is not the finished article by any stretch. I know that. You know, I'm sure many of us are aware of that. But what Fred does is, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, he gets a rocket up his arse and he gets at players. He's one of the few players that's got the bollocks in our team to get the ball at his feet and run at a defence. And Jed has a lot of off games out wide right. I think he feels isolated when he gets the ball. He feels he has to do a lot more than he needs to do with it. So it's no real difference to having Fred there because Fred blows hot and cold. So have Fred out wide right, get him with his ball at his feet and get him to run at people, and get Jed as one of that midfield three, get him to play high because the ball's going up to Gregory and there's no one within 20 yards of him. So moving on from the 1-0 defeat at Swansea yesterday, we're going to talk briefly about the transfer window and our signings or lack of them. There was a lot of YouTube comments yesterday on my videos about there's a lot of talk online about it. We should have signed this one, we should have signed that one. I'm going to have to refer to the comments. One comment just quickly says, the team works well as a unit, but we just lack a bit of quality up front in the final third, which it's right. I think that's totally on the money. It's not it's not even a really in-depth analysis. It's just right. It's just spot on. We do work okay as a unit. We don't concede many goals. We are difficult to beat and break down, but going forward, we do lack that final quality. Another comment says we should have signed Matt Smith. We didn't try hard enough to sign him, which I'll get onto in a minute. And my favourite comment of the day yesterday was one that's aimed at me. It says, get some bollocks and say the manager is a useless piece of shit, or do us all a favour and fold the channel. Yeah, I'll take it all on board. Thanks for the constructive criticism. Now, what you've got to remember is with a fan channel, I will say one thing and then I might contradict myself and say another, because what I'm trying to do is give both sides of the coin. That's the way it works. I can't just give my total opinion. I'll throw alternates out there for you to, think, oh, maybe that is right, maybe it isn't right. Otherwise, it's not a dictatorship. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to back the manager again, because I'm sure Neil Harris, if you give him £50 million, you'd be surprised if he'd go out and sign. I don't think there's any money available. I think we've done our dough on Bradshaw, if I'm honest. And I think it's as frustrating for the manager as it is for the players. Let's start out with Matt Smith, Queen's Park Rangers, 29 years old, 6'6". Now, the first thing that sticks out to me there is 6'6". Everyone's complaining, even including myself, that we've got to cut out this direct ball. We can't keep playing direct to Morrison. We can't keep playing Morrison. We can't keep playing 4-4-2. Now, if we sign a 6'6" striker from Queen's Park Rangers in Matt Smith, what do you think the first thing is that's going to happen? Boom! Get the cannon out and fire them directly and long to Matt Smith, and then people will be moaning non-stop. A lot of his paper talk. Does Matt Smith even want to sign for us? Now, what I'll tell you is this. Again, a lot of you won't want to hear this. Queen's Park Rangers or Millwall. We're all saying Millwall. Ask any neutral or any footballer if they're going to want to leave Queen's Park Rangers when they're getting in the side regularly. He scored 4 goals in his last 5 games and signed for Millwall. They're not going to want to do it. So even if the money was available to Neil Harris, which I don't think it is, Matt Smith's not going to want to sign for us. Simple as that. He's part of QPR's plans. He's getting in their side and he's scoring goals. Why is he going to want to leave and join us? He's not. Who else pops up online? Rumours, possibly, may not possibly, could be interested in signing for us. Rudy Gestede. Turns out I don't think he was interested in signing for us, and for me it's not a bad thing. 30 years old, 4 goals in 2 years at Middlesbrough, can't get in their side. All right, they've got a lot of talent and a lot of money floating about, but he's renowned for having a bad attitude. I think the Borough fans will back that, and exactly what happened in the FA Cup against Newport last weekend. Is Rudy Gestede better than what we got. And that is what we need to be very, very careful of, because I don't think Harris should go out and panic buy. I think, again, not because we're that good, but because other teams are that bad, I think we've got enough to survive this season. Now, I think he's waiting for Bradshaw to get fit. I think he's waiting to see what happens with Gregory, to see if he leaves. And I think he's waiting to the summer to see, you know, what sort of funds are available and what position we're going to be in. As in, are we going to be in League One or are we going to be in the Championship? Then I think, you know, Berylson may give Harris a bit of money to pursue the right direction for a striker in the club. But at the minute, let's not panic buy or get in players. No disrespect to Tom Elliott, because we've done it with him. Got in players that ain't as good as what we've already got, or no better. And it's pointless. It's pointless wasting the club's budget on transfers and wages and contracts, tying players in for an amount of time that are no better or worse than what we've already got. So for me, you know, Harris is right. You know, take your time, get the right player, because you know, as I keep saying, I'm pretty sure we're going to be safe this year. So let's move on to Tuesday's home game against Sheffield Wednesday. Listen, it's obvious to a blind man that it's a massive, massive must-win game for us. We need all 3 points. We've got a lot of difficult games coming up, home and away, and Sheffield Wednesday ain't that great. They're currently 4 places above us. They sit 16th in the table. But I'm not going to concentrate on Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not even going to concentrate on the bottom 3. I'm just going to concentrate on Rotherham. I don't know why, but I'm using them as our buffer between us and the relegation zone. Now, Rotherham picked up a point yesterday. They drew 1-1 at home to Wigan. They're still 3 points behind us, and we've got a game in hand. On top of that game in hand on Rotherham, we've got a +9 better goal difference than them. They've got a difficult time Tuesday away at Hull. I don't think they'll get a result. So when, you know, we've got to beat Sheffield Wednesday, we have to beat them. It's an opportunity. It's our only opportunity in the next few games where I think we'll go into as favourites. And this is how we beat Sheffield Wednesday. The players have been given their opportunity and they haven't taken it. I think changes will be made. Now, this is the team that I would start. I would play Dave Martin in goal. I would play Marlon Romeo at right back. Shane Ferguson left back. Cooper and Hutchinson centre halves. Then I'll play 3 central midfielders, Ben Thompson and Sean Williams. I'll play Jed very high in behind Lee Gregory. I'd have Marshall wide left and I'd play Fred and Udimman wide right. As I said, I know it's a risk, but Jed playing high and central, it will work. Trust me, it will work. And I don't know why no one's worked this one out yet. He needs to play central. He needs to play high in behind Lee Gregory so they can link. Fred's a risk. I admit that. Playing Fred is a risk, and you might want to put Marshall on the right and Fergie on the left, and then bring back in, you know, Meredith or Murray Wallace if he's fit to left back. But for me, that's the team you should go with. And you've got to go all out attack. You go for the juggler. You get the players to say, I don't know, you know, if I'm Harris, I'll be saying, I don't know what I've got to keep saying for you to go a goal behind before you want to start playing. But you've got to play from the first whistle. This is massive for us. If we do not win this game against Sheffield Wednesday, we are banging trouble. And we've got to go attacking. We've got to go from the first whistle. And we've got to go for the jugular. So that's your lot for this Sunday weekly roundup show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I haven't chewed your ear off for too long. I feel a little bit better. I've got a few things off my chest. And let's move forward. Let's get down to Didnt Tuesday. Get behind the boys, because it is absolutely massive. Nothing other than 3 points will do. I'll see you there if you're going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.